Today we're going to be doing a full speaker replacement on this 02 Jeep Wrangler Sport. So this thing has four main speakers, as everyone knows, the two up top, and then you have one in here, one on the other side. We're going to start off with these front soundbar speakers, back soundbar speakers. There's two of them. We just picked up some speakers from Best Buy, and we're lit. Here's what we're replacing on the soundbar. You guys can copy this if you want. I'll have a link in the description. It's the Kicker CSC5 good mid speakers. The lower range of the Kicker speakers are the DS, and the upper range are like the whatever S. These were like $80 or something like that. Comes in a pair, and this is pretty much just plug and play. So yeah, time to get started. Alright, so my brother Kyle here is going to get started with the unboxing of these speakers. Cool, man. Okay, so in here we have both speakers and the speaker housing. Alright, so here are the speakers. 5 1/4 inch Kicker speakers. Got two of them. Pretty standard install. It gives you all the stuff you'll need, wire crimps, anything. So this is great. Quick thing we just noticed was it did include some adapter wires and some wire crimps and stuff. I don't even know if we're going to need them because I've seen a few tutorials that don't require them, but I guess we're going to have to find out. Right, we're going to get a quick before comparison with the speakers. I did take this one out right here because I needed to see what the actual connection was. So we have 3 out of the 4 speakers, stock speakers, currently active. So yeah, you want to give us a quick little listen, bro? Not very great. Not very great. No punchy bass, and definitely time for an upgrade. Before you do any wiring work on a car, make sure you disconnect the battery. We're going to go ahead here and disconnect the positive side of the battery. It does, as you can see, have a bit of corrosion on it. So in order to fix that, over here we have a mixture, 1 tablespoon baking soda, 1 cup water, a toothbrush and a rag, and we're going to clean up this battery terminal so we can pop it off. But as you can see, our terminal is now free. Thank God. It took a few loads of a mixture, had to change it into a bit of a paste, knocked it around a bit with a screwdriver and a hammer. But now we're actually ready to get to work with the speaker install. Okay, first step is, you can see Kyle up here. Hang on. There's 4 screws in each speaker grill. I'm sure all of you guys who are watching this tutorial have seen that and are aware of what to do. So basically we're just going to go ahead and remove all 8 screws from both speaker grills for you guys. So Kyle's going to get started. Finishing up right here. Alright, as we can see, we have both exposed speakers. They look disgusting. Literally disgusting. These things have been in this car for 19 years and they have never been touched. So normally when you take the speaker grills off, which we have sitting right here, the speakers will kind of fall right out, but they're actually kind of just nicely stuck in there, which is how we were able to get these shots right here. So Kyle is just getting rid of this clip. It's a simple clip. So before you cut these, Kyle, let me take a look at these connectors here. Alright, so with our speaker connectors, we had these weird, come on, focus, of this fucking annoying ass little connector piece. That is what we needed right here. These two wires, you gotta disconnect them, cut them with the wire cutter. That's why we cut the battery. So Kyle's doing that right now. Lit? Lit?
That was less satisfying.
It cut?
Yeah, it did. This one just barely.
Alrighty, now we got our exposed wires. Time to strip them and then we can get to crimping. So a little bit of valuable information right up here. Okay, so we got two wire settings right here. Right, you have the blue and the yellow on the brown side, and then you have orange and white on the blue side over here. Now, for the blue side, the blue and white over here, that's the positive, and the blue and orange is the negative. On this side, the brown and yellow is the positive, and the blue and brown is the negative. So that's how you know what wires you're going to be connecting. Now all we got to do is use our crimps, which I don't know where they went, but use our crimps and attach the wires. Crimping job was a learning experience. Alright, so we have it crimped there and on that side, right over here, and then we have the wires hanging down. Now all we have to do is connect them to the speakers and screw them back in. Alright, so we skipped around a little bit. We unfortunately didn't actually get to recording the actual install of the speakers themselves because it was more of a two-person job. But you can see we have both kicker speakers up here in the top. They look absolutely fantastic and they sound great too. So the install was super easy for these. Depending on what type of configuration you have for your speakers, you might not have to do any of the crimping stuff that we were doing before, or any of that. It might just be a simple plug and play for you guys. So here's what the speakers look like. The speaker grills are a really nice touch. Alright, so obviously all we've done at the moment are the two soundbar speakers at the top, like I have been explaining. So the only two remaining speakers on this car are right under these ugly, well, not so ugly, they just not very special speaker vents. So they got them on each side. I already went and removed the left side one last night just so I could make sure I had the correct wiring harness for the upgrade. But right now we're just going to go through and go through the removal process of the right side dash speaker. Alright, the first step, you want to get a Phillips head screwdriver, and there's literally only two screws you got to remove here, one on the bottom and one on the top. Alright, once you have your screws removed, there's two plastic clips. One's located around here, the other one's located around here. If you just, get your fingers under a little bit, if you're working with plastic clips or anything, that'll make your life a bit easier. But we're just doing it old school right here, popping it off with your hands just to show you that anyone can do it. Just like that, we have our speaker cover off, and now we can get a better look at the components on the inside here. So, what do we got here? We have looks like a 4-inch diameter speaker and a little tweeter here. And we're actually going to get rid of this and replace it with 4x6-inch kicker speakers that are going to fit in there. I had to order a special bracket to fit in there, as well as an adapter wire, and yeah, and that should be in tomorrow. So that part of the tutorial will be filmed tomorrow, but all of this will be in one video for the convenience of you guys. So I'm just going to set the camera down and pretty much explain this process. It's super simple. Let me zoom in here for you guys. Okay, so on this, it's literally just 4 black screws. You can see them right now. I'm just going to go ahead and easily remove these. You have this one here at the bottom. Okay, there's one. Here's 2. Okay, and then up top there's 2 more. They're kind of hidden under the little plastic bracket, but you can reach them just fine. There's 3, and then for this last one, sneak under there, and then we got it. So as you can see, the speaker itself has already become loose. We get our final screw out, and here is what you have. Now you basically have like this very, very standard connection in the back here. It's just easy to clip out, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that after I put the camera down. Hopefully we're still pointing at the same spot, and now we have the speaker out. Let me zoom out real quick. Okay. So we have our shitty stock Jeep speaker. This is officially out, and now we can move stuff in, but that won't be till tomorrow, so quick little jump cut. Alright, we actually just got back from doing some work for my dad right when the Amazon van was leaving my house. Just dropped off the stuff. So hopefully in here we'll have the speaker and the bracket, and then in here we have some adapter wires that may or may not fit. Alright. Okay, so in here we have our adapter brackets. This helps it fit into the space because it actually didn't have a default area. And now we have our CSC46 4x6 speakers. These fit perfectly right up under the dash. And that completes our kicker upgrade for our speaker set. Alright, so here's a closer look at the kicker speakers. I'll put another link in the description for this one. But now we just gotta unbox the very last part, which should be the adapter wires. That could be a hit or miss. And these are them. Judging by the looks of them, they're not gonna fit. So might have to do some splicing. Not a big deal. Alright, here are both speakers, now exposed and out of the box. Just like the other ones, they came with included wire crimps and wires. So I think we're just going to go the route and probably snip, strip, and crimp the wires and add them that way because we know it works. But anyway, these look gorgeous. They have a really nice weight to them. So yeah. Alright, we're back. We got my whip looking hella nice right now. Yes, sir. But literally, okay, just have to mention, look at how much pollen accumulated on this shit in just one day. That is so fucked. And I'm allergic to pollen, so that's ass. Anyway, we have the speakers out here. We got the tool pack. I gotta get mine out. We got the brackets. Now we gotta get to removing both of these side dash panels right here. Alright, so just like we did yesterday when we were working with the wires, you gotta get your battery disconnected. So that's what we're gonna do right now. But we already showed you guys how to do that, so we're just gonna cut ahead like 5 minutes. Alright, we figured out what wires are what, disconnect the battery, we're gonna go for a cut. That was dope.
That was nice. Alright. Next. Oh, you have a lot of shit, dude.
Oh, bitch.
Why is your side always not as good as mine?
Okay, now we got both wires snipped. Now it's time to strip them, and then we can get to crimping. Yes. Alright, as you can see, we have the wires stripped on this side, and we also have the wires stripped on the other side. So now we just have to do exactly what we did yesterday, and just do a simple connection with our included wires from Kicker, do some crimping, and the rest is super straightforward. time ever. Kyle taped his for some reason, and he insists on taping it. You absolutely don't have to do this. But yes, we got a quadruple crimp here. Looking nice. Go ahead and do whatever you want, Kyle. Okay, this next step is installing the adapter bracket. Let me get this wire out of the way. Okay, so it's pretty much dark outside, but we figured out the best way to attack the speaker situation was not to put the brackets in first, but to actually attach the speakers to them. And the only issue we had regarding that was these they didn't actually come with any screws that fit in the holes, so we had to use some of our own screws. But the screw heads weren't big enough to really catch the speaker frame here. So I actually needed to, I manufactured, I kind of fabricated some washers out of tin foil that are actually working really well. So these aren't going to be on here permanently, but we still have the battery disconnected and we need to, you know, use that and also test out the speakers. So I'm just going to show you guys how I made and installed the washers for the second speaker. Alright, we've moved to my garage because it got too dark out, and I wanted to get the rest of this on video for you guys, so it wasn't too hard. We just had to reconnect the battery, move it in here, and then disconnect it again. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with this front left speaker, and then my brother will be back down to do the right side as well. Just like the two kicker speakers above, there are these two little connectors right back here, and you just slip on the wire covers on the end of them. Really straightforward. You don't really have to worry about positive or negative because there's a fat side and a skinny side, so you can't mess that up. Once I have that connected, the speaker goes straight in like that, and then I can put the speaker cover on, and then we're done with that side. Switching to the iPhone for the flash, but as you can see, we have everything all installed right here. It fits very snugly. You can also fit 5 1/4 inch speakers in here because there's quite a bit of room back there actually. It's all up to preference and your budget. I just thought that these would be best. Kyle's doing the speaker right there. I'm gonna pop the battery terminal back on because we're done wiring, and then we're gonna fire up and listen for the first time. Alright, so the speaker job is officially complete. We have the two kicker speakers in the dash, and we have these 2 1/4 inch 5 1/4 inch speakers up there. And here's the official test. Play some music.
I ain't no singer though. Hey, baby, give me your love. Hey, baby, give me your love. I gave you my heart. From the start, baby, give me your love. I gave you my heart. Ooh, girl, your love has been the best from the start. You be putting